guys! Welcome to the adventures. I'm sure you missed us a little bit because we went away for a little bit.
We had a vacation.
Yeah, it was nice. We were off for 11 days, which is the longest time we've been off in about a year. Started out our vacation doing the Maryland State Truck Driving Competition, and then we went to the beach to celebrate our 15-year wedding anniversary. And so it was great. So we really want to highlight on the Maryland Truck Driving Competition. Some of you have heard us talk about it, and so maybe some of you don't even know what that is. And so each state has a truck driving competition. It's divided into 9 different classes and then 3 different parts of competition. So you have the written exam, and so they have the Facts of Drivers, that is a book published that tells you all of the different things about trucking, first aid, hazmat, fire safety, like everything and anything
History
that you could think of. Yeah, like when was the diesel engine invented?
1924.
Good job.
Yay!
And then they intentionally make things wrong with a truck, and you have so many minutes to find it depending on what size truck you are inspecting. And then they have an obstacle course that you have to be 18 inches or closer to get a score. That being said, Scott and I don't compete against each other. So he was 5-axle and I was sleeper. So that's a 53-foot trailer and the sleeper cab, and his is a day cab and a 53-foot trailer. And so
tandem axle tractor, 5-axle.
Yeah. And so how did we prepare for this? Well, we used to do this a long time ago, but
Not good enough, obviously.
We didn't get top 3, but I'm gonna brag. We were the only husband and wife over the road team drivers to compete. And so most of the guys are day runs, or they are home most nights, or home a lot more than we are and drive less miles than what we do combined. So we were already a little bit at a disadvantage, but the meaning that we both came in 4th. So he had 25 people in his class, so he got 4th out of 25. And I can't remember how many was in my class. It wasn't 25, but maybe like
less than that.
Yeah, like 15, 18, something like that. I don't know. But it was all of the state of Maryland and Delaware competing together. And so it was a lot of fun. And what we found out is that we still got some game. I haven't competed in at least 10 years. And for you?
Longer than that. 13 years.
That's pretty good.
2000.
So how did you prepare after all that time?
Did a lot of listening to the book, because the book, Facts for Drivers, does come on audio too. But I'm just going to warn you, if you're doing it while you're driving, just do small bits, because it is super
Charlie Brown.
The guy is just monotone, boring, and you can only listen to him for so long before you just
Hey you, Simple Livin fan, I have a quick question. Are you a family member yet? No? Well, let me tell you. Fast, free, and it is the best way to support the channel. All you need to do is hit the subscribe button. Next to it, click on that bell and change it to all so you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. While you're there, why not leave Angela and Scott a comment on today's video, and if you have any questions, I know they'll reply. Now, with all that being said, let's head back into today's regular scheduled program.
Yeah, and then we were able to squeeze in 2 driving practices that we set up, a haphazard-ish kind of course, and we got to practice 1 pre-trip. So
I don't want to be a sore loser, but for some reason we both got 25-point deductions for not using a 3-point contact in and out of the truck. I don't know,
which is one of our pet peeves, so
we focus on that in the competition pretty. I don't know,
but it is what it is. So now we know what we need to know for next year. But I mean, his points difference was only 70 points from the number 1 winner. And the number 1 winner, exciting to say, is another FedEx ground driver, Joyce. She won 1st place, and she's been driving since 1980. And so she's an original woman driver. So it's pretty cool that she gets to go represent women at the National Truck Driving Competition. And so, but really, we wanted to highlight and encourage you guys to look for truck rodeos. Not only are they state competitions, there's company competitions, and there's just for fun competitions that some people do. Like truck stops might host it in memory of someone, or like the Mac Museum does it just as like the history of trucking. And so find a competition and enter it, and then see how good you do. And
There's
then,
one at Lehigh Truck Stop in Lexington, Virginia. They do one every year.
yeah.
The Lehigh Valley one is the one in Pennsylvania at the Mack Truck, and that's just a cool place. The museum's really cool to walk through, and that's where they have the Mack test track,
which is pretty cool. That would be like a dream job for me. But because honestly, for us, I started doing the competitions before I was ever even eligible to compete. So you do have to be eligible for the state and national competitions. You can't have any accidents or infractions or anything like that. So just qualifying for competitions is one thing. But I started at year 1 of truck driving. And honestly, I 100% believe that if it wasn't for having the foundation of wanting to compete and knowing how to compete, that I wouldn't be here having close to 2 million miles, safe driving, and not having any accidents or incidents. So I have a perfect record, which is pretty remarkable from day one. But I honestly 100% believe it's because of the foundation that I created. I never get in a hurry. I drive like a grandma. I mean, I'm a grandma, but I drive like a grandma. And I just take my time, and I don't get into road rage or put myself into dangerous situations necessarily. I test my skill and my ability. That's one thing. But if I have any doubt, I sit it out.
If you're interested in taking your driving skills to the next level, it definitely makes you think about everything you do. And there's a driving course called the Smith System. I don't know if it's available. I took it many years ago, but it just helps you be more aware of what's around you and what to look for. It's a really good course.
Yeah, so we want to encourage you guys to become the best you can be. Do what it takes. We didn't get to be great drivers because he also has millions of miles driven. As teams, we're probably getting pretty close to, like, we are probably about 1.5 million miles easily, maybe 2 million miles. We never kept track, but we have an idea. Like, this truck has 460,000 miles on it. So, and we've put almost every mile on it. So we have a general idea, and this truck has only been driven for 2 years.
And it was in the shop for
a lot.
an in-frame rebuild, so it was down, and then they couldn't find injectors for it, and then yada yada. So it's been down probably a good 2 months.
So we're talking 500,000 miles in 2 years. So we definitely have a lot of miles under our belt. But the only reason we have this many safe miles, 9 years of teaming, and we haven't had any incidences or anything, not even close calls, not a somebody hitting us or anything, like nothing, clean, perfect. But it's because of this foundation. So we want to encourage you guys, build your foundation. If you are new in the industry, or if you've been driving for a while and maybe you've had a couple of things, rebuild your foundation. The great thing is you can always go back and sturdy it up. So if that's what you need to do, make sure you're doing it. Do your due diligence. That way you can have a clean record, because you're going to get paid more. You're going to have less anxiety as you're driving. You have a longer, safer career, which is just going to bless you and others in the long run. So you guys, keep up the hard work and stay safe.
But the really cool thing about competitions is you get to meet cool people. You get to meet some people that try to give you a bunch of poo-poo to throw you off. They're out there. They are.
It's interesting.
But if you get to go to the nationals, fun.
You are honestly cream of the crop. So you don't know what truck you're driving. You've never seen the course. Like, some of those drivers, it really is like the best of the best of the best. Like, it's pretty amazing.
What's Ina's last name? Ina Daly.
She has been this is her 18th year competing at the National Truck Driving Competition. She is the first woman to ever get grand champion and win in many of the divisions. And so I learned about Ina like when I started my trucking career. And so she's now been driving for over 30 years, but she is the person, like, and people like her are who I look towards to be encouraged by. So you guys, who are you looking towards? Where are you going? If you don't know, if you're not looking at something, you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. You guys, but stay safe and enjoy the adventures.
Bye.